We can get started. So, hello everyone. Before we get started, well, thanks for being here. And before we get started, I'd like to remind you that this is a CNCF uh, meeting. Therefore, we subscribe to the CNCF Code of Conduct, which boils down to be excellent and respectful to each other. Um, Now, moving on, there is an announcement about Destiny and Travis attending the Cube interview. Um, Maybe Travis, do you want to say something about it? That would be cool.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Well, you caught me off guard. So, yeah, I was really nervous before the interview because you know, I never been on an interview before, streaming live. But I have to say it's really rewarding. It's really nice. It's Sav um Savannah who interviewed me. She was really nice. She's really pleasant to talk to. It does. It helped that Disney has been interviewed before with the Cube, so it's I feel comfortable talking about this. I know I mentioned the BIPOC, and I'll say that we're new, and I'm hoping that we get the words out, get other members come in and join. S- because
There
I'm
was
sure not a lot of people know about this.
there was a lot of noise about that interview on the media, on the social media at least. A lot of sharing, a lot of cheering. So yeah, well done, and nice that you mentioned also the BIPOC. So very
uh,
nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great
Um,
interview considering it was your first. So
yeah, and you know what they say, yeah, that it's just the first. That that has to be the first.
Well, we should keep this rolling. With the Cube, not just the Cube, with Tech Strong, with any media outlet that comes there, and they're always looking for interviews when they're on the floor trying to get people in the hallway track, or even schedule it before. And I'd be happy to help out in any way I can because I do know those people, so I don't have to like. I just get in front of them and just tell them, and even the new stack as well. So and Future and Group who wants to amplify who they are as a tech media company. So if I would have known, I would have bragged about Savannah because I freaking love Savannah. She's awesome. And she's been around for 2 years and her brand is finally out there and people are more drawn to her because she's not a tech heavy person, but her personality and how she just builds community and just surrounds herself and made you comfortable was just amazing. So anyway, sort of like how Nancy, when I first met Nancy and her personality and her being drawn to her and what she does for I see that art for the women in the clouds. So they're out there and we just have to leverage it and get in their face. They want it, they just don't know where to find it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, so yeah, if you could help with that, that would be awesome. I did
Yeah.
do a lot of outreach at the beginning, and not everyone wanted it. Like I have to, it wasn't as easy. And so I had to say, like the Cube was the most kind of like she was like all in from the beginning, absolutely every time. And I told her about the BIPOC group, and I'm pretty sure she's also wants to do BIPOC. So she's like very for the whole diversity thing.
Mhm.
So that's awesome. She's a real media ally, and it would be great to kind of recruit more because I do think it reflects very well on media, right? Kind of especially now in a time where companies are dialing down, and you see that the community actually really wants that, and kind of saying like, kind of going against the flow, of divestment and DEI, and just like showing, we still think it's a priority and we're gonna cover
Yeah.
it. So I think it's a great opportunity for media. So yeah, so I don't know if you can kind of make your connections and
Most definitely. And I think you make a good point, Catherine. Because Savannah, didn't do the same. I mean, sometimes people just are just just so happy and well comfortable with how things are, especially when it comes to legacy tech media. But when she does things that are different, and she's very well and outspoken, it brought views. So now I think other people are like, well, we need to get a handle on this. We want to do the same and show that we can, put our brand out there and be more open. It's sad that we have to do it this way, but however it works, just do it. Just get in their face. That's all. And I'm happy to get in their face. I've earned it.
Well, yes to all of your proposals, Colleen. Absolutely, yes to all of the above.
Yeah. Catherine, we can Slack later if you want.
Mhm.
If you have, we could see what your strategy is, and I can just tell you, okay, I'll be happy to whatever,
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
I did not mention, but do we have any new faces? Normally, we should start the meeting letting people introduce themselves.
Troy is new, right?
Yeah, I thought so.
Hi, Troy.
Hi, how you doing? I was at KubeCon. I was at the initial discussion, so some faces are familiar. I just didn't get to the other meeting that happened immediately afterwards, so maybe the December meeting. Because I remember Destiny, I remember Travis, Colleen, we met. I was supposed to see you. I think I held the camera while you were doing a selfie with Kelsey and them, but
Oh.
I was around that time, but unfortunately work, Christmas, stuff like that came in.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it really difficult to try to so I'm in the Slack. I'm part of the community and definitely appreciate being here. I currently work at Microsoft. I am been there for 3 years this month, and before that been at Red Hat. And so very familiar with the CNCF landscape, and I get emails from Catherine because I think I signed up for Linkerd back in the day or something like that. So that's proxy of our relationship, unfortunately, but definitely appreciate being here and want to get more involved in this community because I definitely think this is necessary.
Nice you're around, Troy. Absolutely welcome. Next up, we have two announcements regarding KubeCon that we can make. Two of our talks, well, there were three, but two have been accepted. One is a panel, which at the moment there is my name on it in the panel. Nancy is there. Sorry. So Nancy is there.
Sandeep.
Sandeep, yes, thank you. I was saying Sudesh, but it's Sandeep.
Then
Sudesh is my
Stefan
friend.
from the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Yes. So, but please wait a moment to do the reach out and the promotion for that panel because
Not
my
official.
name is.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's actually official. It's actually in the
Program?
schedule. That's why I'm
Oh, it's
saying. Yeah, that's why I'm saying there is the panel is going to change. I'm going to be swapped for Kalai. We want Kalai to represent the BIPOC, but that has to happen. So if you do the promotion on the media, it's gonna be my face and my name. So we don't want that. The next talk is from me. It's a lightning talk about the bias, about the discrimination. It's a lightning talk, and also that one you cannot do the outreach because it's in the schedule, but it's on Josh's name. So Josh Berkhouse, there has been a mess up, and
They're
it's
putting
not my
names.
name.
Yeah. Last time they
Sorry?
did not attach. Last KubeCon they did not attach names to project lightning talks, which I thought was weird. So now
On
they
some,
yeah.
on most there is the name. On some there isn't.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's this one. We had a nice workshop. Well, it was Catherine's idea, to be honest. That is not been accepted, unfortunately, but we are still. We might still push it somewhere. So
Yeah. So one thing context. So for those, I mean, most of you know that there is a new thing called the DEI Community Hub. It was sponsored by Google. And I did talk to Mike, the guy from Google who was sponsoring it, and he was kind of a little bit frustrated that he had to put it on all by himself and was like, we're here, we want to support, we have diversity groups, we should be part of the process and making this program. No, you shouldn't be doing it on your own, right? Like the BIPOC meeting should be driven by the BIPOC meeting, the deaf and hard of hearing, and so on, right? And I did share the workshop with him before, so it's basically an allyship, no, mentorship workshop for people, for mentees from underrepresented groups. And so I did share it with him, and because the idea is like there is a room, it's not always fully booked. Like there are things and sometimes it's empty. So I think we could add more program around DEI because there is not a lot of space in KubeCon for DEI. So he did say that if it doesn't get accepted, he would be open to try to push for it to be part of the DEI hub. Of course, he's just a sponsor, but yeah, that could be a thing. And so my hope was actually that this mentorship workshop would be like a fixture of KubeCon at some point, because we need mentees to team them up with mentors, and just to get that started. So I still have hope that we can do that, even though it's not going to be the official KubeCon program. But I think it would be great as a part of the DI hub. Yeah. So those are opportunities that we have, right, to kind of like help shape that, make it more valuable. Colleen, sorry.
No. I got there at the last minute because I was coming from another event, and I have some video footage that we could turn into some kind of promo if needed for a proposal or to present to someone of, just, people talking and the energy of it all. And I got one interview from one gentleman that we could use if you'd like. I don't know if before I got there were cameras there or someone like, because short form video can always, like any kind of visual can always help it in some way. But I have it and I can just cut it to make it look pretty if needed.
But Colleen, this footage that you have is from that event that happened in that room at KubeCon Salt Lake?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I did a quick one because I thought it was needed, like to get people to know that this was happening. And I put it out there on LinkedIn, and I can get the link for you, but it was just like a quick one, but there's so much more that I could add to make it maybe like a 50 or 60 second thing.
Yeah. Well, that would be a great, once it is scheduled, and saying like we could use that as a promotional videos to draw people to the next BIPOC meeting, right? It's like, hey, here are great conversations, la 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 la, kind of join us on when we have a date and whatever. So closer to the date, using the previous footage for the next one. I think that would be a great, or even before, like look forward or coming up soon, and then again to drive more attendance.
Yeah, because it's been since I've been attending since 2020, it's been my experience that it's always hidden. And that's just a constructive criticism to CNCF. And I'm always finding out last minute, and it seems to be buried. But and no offense, I could barely find the room.
Yeah, it was
Lake City. And I got lost a little bit. But I think that just calling attention and throwing in their face visually usually works.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a FOMO thing. And that's just my brand marketing, like, to me, but yeah.
Good. Next up, so the live stream, the 22nd of January, it's happening. The live stream is moderated by our one and only Colleen. We would like to do some promo, of course. I have to do again a promo. I see that you put Mark in parentheses, Catherine. What does it mean, the parentheses?
That was me.
No, I think he added. I think
he
volunteered.
Oh,
he added it.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I added. I was just saying I'll do promo because I haven't. I know I've been reposting, but I haven't done promo myself, so I'll do it this week.
That's all right. That's okay. That's okay.
And I'll share, in case you don't have it, I did make that little visual so we see, because as you know, we cannot really like, I don't know, like LinkedIn, and so just does like a tiny little image, and so we want to make sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Recruiting for the CNCF ambassador, that's something that I will do, and I will do this evening, right after this call. And last minute prep. Yes, we should do it. We should definitely do it. I was thinking about this, but I think I wrote it somewhere if we should rehearse something.
Yeah, I placed like a sort of an agenda, like a draft of an agenda of how it would go. And I asked after I posted that in Slack in the channel to see if anybody wanted to do like a prep before. Well,
Yeah.
the speakers, of course, just to go over, 5 minutes for intros, and then these would be the topics. And then just, these people, the speakers, they know what they're doing, obviously, but just to have some kind of order on how it will go as far as time, and just being respectful of it.
Yes, absolutely. In my opinion, yes, Colin. I'm wondering what is the best course of action. Normally it's just that, like, shooting out a meeting invite to the people involved, and I think setting some guardrails, not as in what to say and what not to say, but some questions where we, in case we get stuck. But I don't think so. All the speakers are experienced. But the classic questions that if the ice is not breaking, at least there is the question to break the ice. But I don't know. Do you think it's necessary? Maybe not, considering the speakers.
I think we should at least attempt it.
Yeah, we should, right? Yeah.
And also, I have a question. If this is a live stream, correct? Will there be, I know this is sometimes doesn't happen, but will there be an opportunity for people to ask questions, Q&A, and then who would bring those up? And, is there a moderator, like, is it me or somebody else from CNCF looking at the questions and throwing them in for us to, mention?
So I always, the CNCF live streams, I always attended it as a attendee, but there is a chat where you can ask, where anybody can ask questions.
Good.
From what I understood, Catherine is omnipresent and she will look at the chat. But I don't. But
I will not be with you though. I will only be an attendee. So I think you can see it because it's like it's Restream, right? The platform. So you should be able to see, because it's going to be streamed on LinkedIn, YouTube. Do they still have Twitch? I don't know. And then there is a chat that kind of gets all the things together. So you can see what people are asking. Sometimes during the technical stuff, they have an ambassador kind of moderating, but we do have a moderator, right? So I don't think we need any assistance from the CNCF, like live there, like technically in the back end and stuff. But I think, Colleen, probably you could, as a moderator, if you just have the chat open, you see that too. So otherwise, someone would have to be on screen as well to help. And I think, like, with 5 people on screen. Yeah.
That's why I was asking, because I don't know, and maybe I just didn't look into it, because I used to do this for the news stack. What platform are we using? Where can I see it to do it?
Yeah.
I haven't. Are we using Zoom or
Restream? It's Restream.
Oh, Restream? Okay. Yeah, because I use StreamYard, and I'm sure it's
very similar. It's a little better actually, but it's very similar to the same kind of features. Yeah.
Cool.
Did the invites for the speakers go out for the stream?
I did get a calendar invite, but I don't know if is that the same thing as the actual invite?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, because I think that the access to that it's not an attendee access, right? It's a speaker access to the event. So
yeah, that's for you. I'm just looking at, because I'm there just for visibility. So it is linking to the Restream app. which
Oh, yeah.
that should be the link for the speakers. So don't share that with people that want
No,
to
it's
join.
okay. Mhm.
Everyone who gets there gets into the into backstage. So
Yeah, I
We have
got
a
it.
lot of. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we have two. We have two invites. One is BIPOC live stream, and the other one is the event, the 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 CNCF event. Well, at least I have two, but I
yeah,
see
you
one is
probably
one
registered.
is restream.
You're registered for the event you're speaking at. Probably that's why you have two as an attendee and one as a speaker.
Yeah, because I will attend it.
But
So
you,
it was
you will
a
attend
joke.
it
It
from
was a
the
joke.
back.
It was a joke. It's okay. It was a joke. Okay. So great. So Colleen, do you want me to send out something? Do you want to send out something
For the prep?
to? Yeah, to try to gather us together, or I
Yeah,
don't know.
either I'd be happy to do it, or if you, since this is, you're the chair or whatever, please do.
I'm not a chair. I am on
I
a
don't,
chair, but I'm not a chair.
okay. I don't know, or I don't, yeah.
No,
I'd be happy to
no.
do it if you delegate that to me, or if you want to do it, fine, just,
All right, do it, Colleen. I would love to delegate it to you.
okay.
Would you take it from me? Thank you.
I would be happy to. And I do it through Slack. Is that
Yeah,
okay? And Catherine,
absolutely.
I use your platform, or what would you like me to do? How would that go? Use-
Sorry, for what?
If I set this meeting up, do I do it through you? Or a link for
Oh, you
you?
would like to test the Restream platform?
That's
'Cause
how
that's
we did it.
yeah, that's the CNCF one. We should ask Libby. Libby from she manages the online program because it's the CNCF account.
Okay, because I
So
think that's at the news tech, we always would do the prep on the
yeah,
platform.
which makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure everyone AV is working and so on.
Do you want me to? I don't know who Libby is, so
I'll start a Slack DM
okay.
with you and her, and then you know who she is, and then and then you can coordinate a time and date. They're
Telling
pretty flexible if it's for testing. The only thing is it should not be, of course, at the same time they have a live stream scheduled, but
yes, that
they're
makes
not
sense.
they don't have that many, so it should be pretty flexible.
Cool. Thank you, Catherine.
Okay. Just trying to find there it is. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to find the chat where we discuss the web stream, but I think Colleen is not there. No. So Colleen, when you asked about this, if we should rehearse, did you ask to the Slack in the Slack channel, or did you ask in a group chat?
It was in the Slack channel.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add you to this group chat.
Oh,
That is specific for this. When we were brainstorming this thing.
oh, okay. Is it in? It's in Slack.
Yeah. It's just a group of the people that are in the stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. That'll be nice. Thank you.
Yeah, adding you and
Got it.
there you go. Hey, okay, cool. Okay, moving on. KubeCon London. Quick question: who is not going?
I am trying my best as a media.
I'm trying. I'm still on the fence, but maybe going.
Yeah.
It would be nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So I think I know that Mauro is not going because he might become father in that week.
Woo!
Thanks.
It's a very good reason not to go.
I guess so.
Travis, are you gonna make it to London, you think?
I have a family situation, so I think I'll be able to play out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll have
I'll
to
try
come
make
to the
Atlanta.
States. Then I'll have to come to the States. If you don't come to Europe, then I have to come to the States.
I support that. I vote yes. If I have any
Yes.
say.
Yes, of course, of course. I will do my best to be in Atlanta and to Japan, and in Japan as well. I want to try to go to Japan. Okay. Catherine, I feel like this bullet point you should take on, because I wasn't in Salt Lake. This
Yeah. So maybe just because I do have like a conflict, I have to hop in 1 minute. I have to leave early. So that's just food for thoughts. Again, DI Hub, new, sponsored by Google. There were slots open. There is opportunity to kind of work with them. We don't know how much we can, but I feel the CNCF, if people are going to say, we have an idea, we want to do this, there's a room already, I think they're not going to say no, right? Like if people are going to do the work for free. So basically, the I don't know how we called it, open discussion or whatever that was. That was great. I think unfortunately I could not attend, but that seemed to have gone very well. Is there anything else? I don't know how many slots there are, right? Like available. But we are one of the few diversity groups that exist. So I guess we get to do more, right? Like the deaf and hard of hearing is there, and like a sign language crash course and an open discussion. I'm hoping to get like the mentorship workshop in there, which would be all underrepresented groups, right? Like across the board. Is there something that could be fun and engaging that is not necessarily an open space discussion that we could do? An example is like the crash course in sign language. Of course, very different, but that's kind of like the whole idea is for people to kind of go and meet someone who's deaf and kind of like make that personal connection. Is there something similar that we can think of? Of course, there's no language, but something that could be fun and different. So we have the more, okay, this is a discussion, vulnerable, we're vulnerable, opening up and kind of being, talking about the issues, and maybe something a little bit more lighthearted and fun that also kind of fosters just making connections with new people you haven't met yet in the community. So that's kind of the idea. And so I'll leave you with that. We don't have to find any answers now. I would just like to have those ideas sooner rather than later to kind of start pitching them. And then again, no promise that we can or cannot do that, but there is an opportunity, and I think there might be. And maybe if it doesn't work now, it might next time. I don't know. So that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll leave you to discuss that. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Catherine. I am studying a little bit of sign language. I want to speak with Travis when I meet him face to face. So I want to try. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm working with Rob to try and do that viral challenge of doing the ABCs and getting more people to do it.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, so we'll see how that works. Just doing a short video and getting people to do it. And I think, and it's a good awareness tactic. Also, I had no idea that there's some really rage bait going on with people, interpreters at news conferences or whatever, people saying it's not necessary and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to even get that going, just for people to just understand why interpreters are needed there, and just stop all the hate or something like that. I
they
don't know.
say I'm surprised they say it's not necessary. It's like it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens? So some people don't understand that. Not the majority. I mean, some of us don't read English as the first language. So I know it's hard to understand, but you know, that person growing up in a household where their parent don't really have access to like written language. It's like it's a monotonous language. When you read a text, you read a book, it's like, okay, but what is that? What is the expression? Is this like sadness or say what happiness? Like you can't really tell the emotion with the test. So that's the other challenge. But yeah, it's just that people they miss out so much because they don't hear things. They're hearing people through like the international learning. Like you hear things through the radio, through the TV, and you can hear all the other stuff in the background. But it's just that you guys really picking up language because you hear the thing. Like I heard this on the radio, I heard this on the TV, I heard this. But when it comes to like that, people they have to like actually read the book, watch TV, and so it's not the same because when you sign language, it's not found the English grammar, the syntax. So it's wholly different when you read a book and the sign language is it's like you can't really connect the two. It's not the same as like the spoken English and written English are the same. You know, they go in the same grammatical order, but that's not the case for sign language. So that's the challenge with that people in general.
Yeah, and with the deaf and hard of hearing, it's an active uh, communication, right? Where we can do when we can learn passively or understand passively something with deaf and hard of hearing. There is no passive communication or passive listening. It's always active. Uh, Indeed. Yeah, so it's always needed, Colleen, of course. You are in mute, Colleen. We don't hear you.
Wait, so
Okay, sorry about
Colleen,
that. Yeah.
yes.
Surprising. Maybe I'm just on social media a little bit too much, but damn, it's my fucking job. Sorry, my job to watch all this terrible stuff being said. I would never think that they would like just target the deaf and hard of hearing. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it is.
But in a way, this might be something, good for us to just, speak out and do what we do best, make people aware that, we're here, we're not going anywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, so we, yeah. Catherine put this point in like all the other points. She is amazing. I like that. So, how can Linux Foundation projects attract more BIPOC contributors and maintainers? So I did a lightning talk when I was at KCD UK in London. Sorry, KCD London, and it was quite funny, quite interesting as well. All I did was mention how that there is discrimination for Black, Indigenous, and people of color within open source as well, within cloud native, like in other aspects of society. And everyone in the room nodded. Everyone in the room um, was not happy about the fact that there is. So they all agreed. In other words, yet I don't see this movement of going on and everybody people saying, yeah, let's do something about it, right? Let's not have that. So we should do more of that. But this is me just saying that maybe we should be doing more of that. I mean, when we attend a meetup, when we attend some events, there is always space for a lightning talk. I mean, I organized KCD in the Kubernetes Community Days in the Netherlands, and there is always space for lightning talks or the meetups, the CNCF meetups that we do in our own cities, in our own countries. They always ask the audience, is there anybody that wants to do some lightning talk? I mean, if you are there, why not stand up and spend a few words about the BIPOC working group, about the discrimination that there is, and about the will of not having any of it, any of that. So that could be something that we should be doing, or we could be doing.
Yeah,
I know that.
oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry, Mark.
No, I was
Go
just thinking that I think that the momentum is where you're able to speak up in for like platforms like Lightning Talks to talk about the discrimination. And also I think it's the like what Catherine was saying, the lack of mentorship, which comes from that lack of representation. So I think all in all, being able to have more of those talks can really shed light and give that awareness that we're looking for. So yeah, just seconding that.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, you, Mauro, right? You're starting in Belgium. You're starting the CNCF Belgium chapter. So also there, if you need any of us to say something about what we're doing, just knock at the door.
Yeah, happy to. Like, if anyone is open to travel and come, because meetings will be mostly in presence, but you know, sometimes you're going to a different conference, and just Belgium is so tiny that going to the country next door is very easy. But yeah, it is a challenge. I was, for example, today trying to schedule the next meetup, and I brought up the topic like that ideally we bring in terms of diversity, and I didn't leave it just at BIPOC, but everything, right? Like maybe we can have more women talking, maybe we can have a bit of everything, local languages and not just English, all in all. And it's challenging. It's just it's a different topic it's a difficult topic to bring, not because people don't want to hear it, at least I didn't feel challenged back. It's just that it's an extra effort, you know what I mean? It's like so yeah, happy to hear ideas. And happy to get your input, or if you guys want to speak here, that would be great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Absolutely. Troy, you have your hand up.
I do, because the topic I put on after this one kind of relates to this topic a little bit, only because I know it's difficult because a lot of open source maintainers may be getting paid through their job to keep that position, to actually have a lot of influence over projects. So I understand why they don't want to share that wealth of whatever it can be. So I completely understand that. I think the limitations on having that person be a maintainer forever is almost like the Supreme Court keeping a justice there forever, right? So you're just dealt with that situation forever until they don't want to do it anymore. And then they get, because even at KubeCon in Salt Lake City, they asked, how do we get more contributors into Kubernetes? And everybody's screaming, I want to help, but you're not going to help me become a maintainer, or there's no opportunity for me to actually just contribute and be part of the community. So I'm almost sitting at the side table next to the bigger table that I want to be a part of. So they are struggling with strategies there. But I think the issue that we're seeing is some people don't want to, and it's not everybody, so I'm not going to include people who are not about this, that don't want to give up their seat to continue to maintain their presence as part of the elected few. There's a presence of people who want to help that are not getting the opportunities, and then there's a mentorship problem that I think that we have with contributing ladders for people to get some reviewers, to get to the next level, to become part of this effort and group of people who can help maintain separate. And this is not just Kubernetes alone. This is just like other CNCF sandbox projects that fail because they are looking for help and people want to help, but aren't given opportunities because of whatever bias that may be included in that decision. So I'm definitely interested and want to see how this pans out, because something I said at the last KubeCon when we were having this discussion is that there are plenty of people who are not here junior. Kubernetes is 10 years old last year. And there's some people who've been contributing to like 8 or 9 years that still are not maintaining anything. And I think the fact that they still want to be involved is because the community is special, but also for the opportunity to do it. So I think that's hopefully can gain some traction over the, advocating for that to be something that we can all contribute to.
I also,
Yeah,
I'm sorry who was talking, but I also
go for it, Colin. Yeah, go for it.
the scholarship has which is strange because we're looking for maintainers, but in order for you to get a scholarship to actually go and be around these people to learn more, you have to be a maintainer. So you can't win. It's like, we were looking for experienced people, but you won't give us the experience. So I'd like to talk to CNCF about that because I know a lot of people who weren't tech savvy, who had no experience in tech at all, and then they learned it because they had great mentors to show them where to go, and they're like one of the biggest developer advocates, and they're doing their thing, and they're looking for more people to do that because they can only do so much. Yes, they are the same speakers that you always see at KubeCon, but we're not willing to diversify because we put those particular these things that stop us from doing that, to diversify and grow. I was really disappointed, by the way, with that.
It's hard to hear. It's hard to hear. So Troy, this point that you just discussed is what you added as a last bullet. Is that correct?
Yes, because the program committee, which actually we all know what the program committee does here, but for those watching the recording, they actually help select talks for KubeCon, right? So if it's the same people I was on the program committee in 2019. And the reason why I got a chance to be on the program committee because Brian Lyles, who was the chair, wanted some diversification on the program committee board. So he was asking for people, hey, I need my Black and brown people to come around and judge these talks. Is this something you want to see at KubeCon, right? And you have experience, I trust you with the decisions, and there's still a chair, and it helped cultivate and create, the KubeCon before COVID hit, obviously, but it helped create a better distributed talent of not just the same individuals judging talks and seeing different people speak. And I think it gave a lot of opportunities for people to come to KubeCon who may not have wanted to be there to begin with, or even be involved with the selection of talks where they felt that their voice mattered in how they selected them. So my position with what I added in the topic that I want to discuss is the CNCF already mandates what panels look like by saying you can't have an all-male panel. They already make decisions on how talk selections come about. So I was wondering, is it too much to ask to say, like, we want to diversify the program committee so that selection can be representative of what the community looks like? Because if it's the same 12, 50 people selecting talks, you're going to get the same conference over and over and over again. And we're not going to be able to introduce people who have the experience, but just can't get a talk selected because whatever language that they use or whatever background they're familiar with or whatever company that they're associated with at the time. So I think it's not, I don't believe the ask is too much, only because there's mandates around other things that surround it. I think the program committee could benefit from being diversified in a way that says, like, hey, this person is a 7-time speaker. Does he need to come back to KubeCon and tell us about the same thing we've already heard the last 7 years with an update? Or is that a necessary evil for selecting, hey, Mark might be somebody that never spoke at KubeCon, right? But he's been at every single KubeCon since he's been in this community. He wants to talk about something that I think is very important for the community aspect. Even those community talks that we have, I think, because I was going to submit a community, I didn't, but mostly to say like how it's changed over the last 11 years. Like my first KubeCon was in 2017. How has it grown? And my experience with going in and out of the community and how I felt I've been treated and what's benefits that come with that. I say all that to say, and I'm sorry I'm being long-winded, is that I think, and the opportunity available for people to be responsible for selecting the talks could be wider spread than there's a few individuals and whatever criteria that's made for.
Quick question: is that process openly registered? Like, is there a place where you can see how the whole process went and who selected whom and why and all of that? Because that's one thing that really struck me a bit with the ambassador program. There's absolutely no transparency on this whole thing. I have no clue why someone is an ambassador and why they aren't. I get sometimes people on LinkedIn to approach me as ambassadors, and there's no place I can even go and check if they are really ambassadors.
Interesting.
That for me, it's a bit, and so I went and asked for feedback on this, and all I got was like, yeah, if we see that people put the effort, then we make them ambassador. That to me is the worst answer you can give. Like, there should be some regulations, right? And if there's a cap, it's totally possible. I understand that not everyone, for example, could be an ambassador, but there should be a clear process saying why we selected these people and not these other people. The exact same thing that you're saying, Troy, should be for why certain talks or panels were selected and not these others, in my opinion.
Mauro, you are absolutely right. Also, you, Troy, you are absolutely right. I've been part of the program committee for London. I was also part of the committee for Salt Lake City and Paris. I've done some committees. There is the way to express your interest is submitting a form. What are your reasoning and what are the tracks that you're interested in? How those people are selected. I have ideas, but are speculations, and I cannot tell you this is how it is because somebody told me so. Because it wouldn't be fair. However, it's true. It's not a transparent process. But my question, I like so we are with it. I mean, we are at time. But Troy, please do bring this in London if you intend to do so as a topic to discuss because it's very much appropriate, and we should follow up with CNCF as well, right? I mean, it shouldn't be just something that we chat about. We should chat about it, and we should also bring it in front of the CNCF. My question to you is: do you feel that the program committee is not diverse?
Well, and I'll say this. I know it's made up of, so for Kubernetes talks and stuff, I know it's made up of chairs of like certain SIG groups, right? Those groups are not diverse because they're mostly the same people that we're describing. So that we want to provide some diversity for. So if it's basically the SIG chairs and I'm just using like SIG API machinery, for instance, or something like that. If it's made up of a homogenous group of people, they're always going to be on the selection committee. Now, that's not to say that they don't deserve to be there. I don't know what criteria exempts me from not being on it beyond the fact that I'm not a SIG chair. I don't think I've become a SIG chair because I'm not getting into the group to become a SIG chair, if that makes sense. So I can only make the assumption that it's not diverse because of the amount of people asking for diversity at these lower levels.
I hear you. I hear
so,
you. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
And so that's
But your point
again,
on rotation, I think it's very important. Even if it was diverse in some way, it needs to rotate to some degree.
Yeah, but this is the case, right? All the tags and the working groups, they have a rotation structure. When it comes down to SIGs, Kubernetes SIGs, I don't know. I was in one of the release as a comms shadow. I know that it rotates. I know you cannot be a lead for two releases in a row. But yeah, but anytime we are 3 minutes over. I think we should close. But please, we can continue this on Slack. We should definitely follow up, Colleen, on the planning for the stream. And yeah, great discussions. I'm very much looking forward to get to London all weaponized with things that I want to say and do. So, any last words?
No, this was great.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye. Bye bye. See you next time.
Bye.
See you all in Slack.
See you in Slack. Indeed. Bye bye.